Welcome back to.
I just was looking at a monitor and it was exciting. So
Yeah. See, that's the thing. This is the first time we're looking at ourselves. Okay, this is Ty. This is Ty.
This is Patty.
Welcome to the Canabiz.
Yes.
But
The
Lip Penguin.
Yeah,
The
you
Lip
got it.
Penguin. But this is Canabiz.
True. That is true. So what are we talking about with our
Lobbyists.
Canabiz?
Lobbyists. The job of a Canabiz lobbyist is fun, and also it can be hard.
So it's fun and hard. You're not
You
like
will
making it
never
sound
get me.
very exciting.
You will never get me on a that what she said moment. No, you won't. You're trying. I know you're. I know you're trying. Okay, so there's three parts of being a lobbyist in the cannabis industry. And the thing is that the importance of a cannabis lobbyist, especially in states like, without those states like California, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, a lot of the laws and a lot of the legislation that is going on within our country.
It's all the new stuff, like all the cutting edge, like legislation and all those places.
Yeah, absolutely. And most of that is done from what we call grassroots. And in that grassroots campaign, you'll see that there's tons of things that are happening with that. Like everything from small places to like storefronts or whatever, but that's another story for another time. So there are three main pieces.
So you're talking about like really the culture of the people. Like
Absolutely.
We'll talk about potheads in the next segment actually, but
Absolutely.
because there's a big difference there. But actually growing from a pothead to a lobbyist, what do you feel like is that big transition? Like just getting involved?
breaking the mold and becoming involved. Breaking the mold and becoming involved, because like, and we'll talk, that's a whole nother thing. But once you become informed about the lifestyle, instead of looking at it more of a recreational thing, and you'll see that there are tons of businesses that are being built on cannabis and within the industry. You're seeing everything from, dinner parties and chefs. You're seeing tons of infusion chefs. We featured a couple on the show.
It was actually cool. I just recently went to LA for a whole trip and everything, and it was awesome. I went during NBA All-Star Weekend, and I talked to tons of people. I interviewed a lot of people.
Did you go by yourself?
Did go by myself. It was fun. It was amazing, actually. They're so cool out there in California. You can get like weed delivered to you. It was amazing. I did that twice in one night. Anyway.
Come on, Patty.
Anyway.
Focus. You took me there for a second.
I had to work on my resume, and I was at my hotel room working on my resume, so I needed a few things to work on my resume.
Okay.
Anyway, but places like that, I like going out there. It was really cool just even talking to people and how like 420 positive it is. And you could tell a lot of people are kind of on that grassroots, like you said, avenue of like talking and speaking for the people of that culture and getting into the legal system side of it.
Shout out to Normal.
Yes.
Normal.org. These guys put in a lot of work. Yeah, these guys put in a lot of work. So a lot of the things that you guys are enjoying.
And they have different states. Like I know there's a Normal Maryland, and like everywhere that's getting legalized or working towards legalization. Like there's all those places you can go.
And ideally, what we just did is the main fundamental quality, or quality number one of what it is to be a lobbyist in the cannabis industry. You have to educate yourself and also be willing to inform others in a positive light. So, whatever it is, like I think anything that you're passionate about, you have to be able to know something about it, because no one will take you seriously. So to be able to, and we're talking about things from being understanding of what the different strands are, being understanding of who within the legislator of your state or local government has been a proponent of the marijuana laws. And then you have to look at all of see where money is being spent as well. So if you're seeing money being funneled through the actual infrastructure of a city, and if any of it is going to cannabis, you want to put yourself behind that. And
isn't like California making it like 100 million or something?
And it's
like
hard to believe.
Just legalization, like taxation on dispensaries, I think, something like that. Like it's paying a lot of the government. So like there's areas in every government that's getting it legalized that you can.
It is hard to believe that almost
people,
10 to 15 years ago, California was almost broke. Look it up. So it built off the back of cannabis. So we won't even go there. But to be able to
turned a new leaf.
Absolutely. To be able to do what we just did, we translated in that educated and informed, we're able to translate all of this stuff into a serious topic. And then also you want to build the relationships with that too. Meaning like go and talk, like we just said, once
Talking to people.
Yeah, go out and shake hands.
Shaking your neighbor's
Kissing
hands
babies. Kissing babies. Yeah, do all that. Like literally, that's what we do. So real quickly, I think the thing is too, we want to talk about money, ideally. So initially, when you start off as a lobbyist, you're really passionate about something. Don't expect to make anything. To be an intern, go to the people who are the money makers and the movers within your city and state, volunteer your time, go out and speak to people. All that's going to cost you nothing, and you're going to earn
just your time.
Nothing, right?
Just your time.
That's the first thing. So, and then once you pursue, like, I guess, a job with a senator, or as a matter of fact, if you do it on your own, partner with another company.
Yeah.
Partner
like
with
either in the government or they're, like I said, like normal. There's tons of organizations out there that you can plug into. You know,
And then-
just Google your area, like, you know, marijuana activists, or like you'll find groups. I know you will.
The biggest thing is just to find where the areas are, not find the areas where the weed is at. I'm not saying that. I'm
That's
saying
what Weed
find,
Maps is for.
find the proponents of the cannabis industry within your local, state, federal government, or within private industry. Volunteer your time with them. Once you volunteer your time with them, they're going to give you a job. They're going to do something, and then all of a sudden, we'll talk about entrepreneurship later on, but you're able to flip that and then be able to do something else, and then also put your agenda out there as an individual business owner or proponent. So that right there, in a nutshell, is a Canabiz. You heard that, right?
I saw this.
A Canabiz lobbyist. That is the ins and outs.
You've been educated.